Good evening, everybody. I'm excited to see so many people in the room and getting ready for Convention 2014. I'm thankful to Joan Haber for presenting tonight. As you can imagine, the national office is a little busy at this time, and I can't imagine trying to prepare for tonight myself. So I'm thankful to Joan. She's a veteran convention goer. I believe, if I've counted correctly, this is her 16th convention. She hails from Sarasota, Florida, and is very active in the chapter there, and she's also a former HLAA Board of Trustee. And without further ado, because I know Joan has a lot of information to cover, go ahead and hit it, Joan. Thanks very much again.
Okay, well, thank you, Nancy, and good evening, everyone. As Nancy said, this is my 16th convention, and you might wonder why I keep going to conventions all the time, and I just wanted you to know that you're about to embark on a really exciting adventure by attending your first HLAA convention. When I went for the first time in 1998, I was just brand new to dealing with my hearing loss. I went and I didn't know anyone, and it was quite an adventure, but it was something that really changed my life, and I found a family. I found a place where I could go and be understood, where I didn't feel isolated any longer, and I made new friends that understood what was going on with me. And also I met Rocky Stone, which was a real treat for me. Rocky is the founder of HLAA. He founded this organization in 1979. He was a retired CIA agent who developed a profound hearing loss later in life, and then after he retired, he found out that there were no organizations that he could go to for assistance to help him with his hearing loss. So he founded this organization in his basement in 1979 with a very, very small group of people. And by 1984, the organization was alive and vibrant and holding its first convention. The first HLAA convention was held in Chicago in 1984. So here we are, 30 years later, going to Austin next week. I'm very excited about it. So before we begin talking about the program guide, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, I'm going to put it up on the screen because the program guide is going to become your Bible next week. Once you get to the convention, you're going to register, and you're going to get the program guide that we're going to look at tonight. And we're going to go through it, and I'm going to point out the high points and things that you need to be aware of and think about so that you have an edge on people that are getting there for the very first time next week and don't really know what to do. So I really applaud you for coming tonight and taking this extra step to be prepared for this adventure that you're embarking on. So before I go into the program guide, I wanted to just touch base with you about actually getting to the convention site. For those of you who are flying into Austin, you will need to take a shuttle to get to the hotel site. From what I understand from Nancy, it would be quite a long and costly taxi ride if you were to do it that way. Although I imagine you could share a taxi with a couple of people that are arriving at the same time as you that you know are going to the convention center. But there is a shuttle service that costs $20 for each way, plus gratuity, and that is located on the website as well. I'm going to show you in just a second. So there is a shuttle, and if you're driving to Austin and will have your own car, I understand there's free parking at the convention site, at the hotel site. And so when you check in, you just need to ask at the desk exactly where you're supposed to park for the free parking. And that's very unusual, actually, for a convention center to have free parking, so I think that's a really nice feature. Another thing to be aware of is the weather in Austin. I looked it up tonight on weather.com, and I see that it's hot, very, very hot. It's supposed to be mid-90s to even 96, 97 while we're there. With low humidity, though, only a 10 to 20% chance of rain while we're there, so that's good. So if we want to go outside and stretch our legs from the convention for a while, we'll be able to do so without getting rained on. But be prepared that it is hot. But having said that, I want you to know that it's cold in the workshop rooms and in the banquet facility at the hotel. From my experience, and I know I'm a little sensitive to being cold, but usually they over air condition these rooms. And so just be prepared to have a wrap or a sweater or a light jacket. Sometimes I wish that I had my mother's Afghan with me. That's how cold I get in some of these workshop rooms. So I just wanted to let you know that so that you're prepared. You can dress comfortably for all of the workshops and all the activities during the daytime. Just wear whatever you want to wear. Be comfortable. Be warm. It's very casual. I would just say for the banquet on Saturday night that you could just go an extra step and just dress up a little. Nothing formal, no long gowns, no jackets and ties for the men, but just a nice dress or a skirt and casual slacks and sport coat for the men would be great for the banquet. Otherwise, just be really comfortable. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the convention website and we're going to get started. And we're going to save time for questions. So please, as I go through this, just keep your questions in mind or jot them down. And at the end, if your question didn't get answered, if we run out of time or anything, please feel free to email me at any time, or Nancy. And my email address is JoanHaber2012@gmail.com. Okay, so now we have the convention page. I was telling you about travel. I'm going to click on that for right now. And I'm going to scroll down. And here is the shuttle I was telling you about.
Joan, I'm going to interrupt you for one moment because we're not following along with you. You may need to enter the URL again from your end.
Okay, I'll do that. I clicked the Follow Me button, but then it unclicked. I'll try it again.
There you go. Yep.
You see it now?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I'm going to go into the travel site for a hotel, and I'm going to scroll down here to getting from the airport. And here is the Super Shuttle I was telling you about. And you can click on that and put the discount code in to book your fare. And so you can book your fare both ways if you want, or just do one on Wednesday or Thursday when you get there, and then get one on Saturday if you need the shuttle back on Sunday. So the ride is $20 plus gratuity. There's also Martin Mobility on the bottom. If you do have a power chair or a scooter, you can call this website or contact this website and find out what you need to know about that. Okay, so we're going to go back now. And you can do this on your own after tonight's program because I want you to familiarize yourself with the convention program. You won't remember everything I said tonight, so you're going to want to go in here between now and next week and just brush up on everything on the tips that I gave you and see what you can find out more to help you acclimate before you get there. So I'm going to click on the program guide. Okay. So this is the program guide which you're going to receive once you get to Austin and you begin your registration process. This is going to be in the bag. It's a 64-page booklet, and it's beautiful. I've saved all my program booklets, and each one has a beautiful cover. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to start on page 6. Okay, so the first thing is, Nancy, Carol Carol Ann says she's not seeing the program guide. I don't know if you'll be able to help with that.
Think I could click on the program guide and open it myself on my screen. So I think maybe everybody needs to try that. If that doesn't work, then I have another idea.
Okay.
So go ahead and on that convention page, go ahead and click the program guide to open it.
You want me to do that, or are you talking to others?
Talking to others.
Okay, because I have it open already. Seems like people are not seeing the program guide.
Okay, let's try one other thing.
Some people are seeing it now. Okay.
Yeah, but I do have a feeling that maybe when you click to different pages, it's not going to follow along at the same rate.
Okay.
So let's try this. Bear with me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I think what will work the best, I think what will work is if everybody gets to that convention page, and we can go back to that page, Joan.
Okay.
And everybody will need to click on that link, I believe, where the program book is. Then once everybody has it open, you'll just need to tell them what page so they can get on the same page as you.
Okay, so you want me to click on the convention again?
Uh-huh. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, scroll down until you see hot off the press, and you see the convention program and exhibit guide. Hoping everybody sees that. Tell me if you don't in the chat box.
So you want everyone to click on that link?
Go ahead and click on that program and exhibit guide to open it. Joanne has it, but Julie doesn't. Does everybody see where that link is and can open the program? Carol has it. Looks like everybody pretty much has it. Julie, what are you seeing? If you can answer me in the chat box. If you scroll over the bottom of the program, of that screen, you'll see a zoom in and zoom out. Zoom out just to make it smaller so that you can fit the whole program on your screen. Okay, go ahead, Joan, and proceed, and I'll handle any kind of issues that come up in the chat box.
Okay. I think what I'll do, too, is if some people are not seeing this, I'm going to refer to what page that I'm talking about so that you can maybe jot those page numbers down. And when you can find it, then you'll be able to remember what I said and reference it. So what I am now is on page 6 of the program guide. And I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about the left-hand side, which is writing in purple. Actually, it's white writing on a purple background. And it gives the convention registration hours. So they're from Wednesday, 9 to 5, Thursday and Friday, 8 to 5:30, and then Saturday and Sunday, of course. So you need to pay attention to this so that when you get there, the very first thing that you need to do is to go to the registration desk, which is in the Rio Grande Exhibit Hall foyer, and pick up your badge and your bag and your program guide and anything else that is put into the bag by the staff at HLAA. The next thing is underneath that are the exhibit hall hours. The exhibit hall doesn't open until Thursday at noon. It goes from noon to 5, Friday from 11 to 5, and Saturday from 9 to 3. So as you plan your activities, keep in mind when the exhibit hall is open. Because I find what I like to do is if I'm not going to workshops or special meetings, if say I have an hour or an hour and a half to kill, I'll know that that's my time to go into the exhibit hall. And you don't need to go into the exhibit hall and do the entire exhibit hall at once. You can, go down one aisle for a half an hour and then go back to the exhibit hall when you have more time or when you have a break from some of the workshops. Also in the foyer to the Rio Grande Exhibit Hall, you're going to see the HLAA information booth. There's going to be a volunteer sign-in table in case you're volunteering. There's going to be a banquet seating table, which I'm going to be talking to you about. And there's going to be ALG distribution. Now just below that, still on page 6, are the ALG distribution hours. What this is that if you need any assistance with getting a receiver to use the infrared system that's going to be used in some of the rooms, you'll need to go and check out that receiver from the ALG desk, which is also in the foyer. Most of the exhibit and most of the workshops are going to be using loop technology. So if you have a telecoil in your hearing aids or your cochlear implants, you won't really need to do anything. You will just need to go into the room and activate your T-coils and you'll hear. If you're going to be needing the ALG, which is in some of the rooms, then you'll need a receiver. Plus, if you need to use the loop and you don't have telecoils, you can also get a receiver to help you with that. So any assisted listening device needs that you have, please go to that desk and tell them what you need. All of the workshops, everything is going to have CART. So the CART and the ALGs and the loops are working in conjunction with each other. But you just always know that you'll have CART no matter what room you go into. The main sessions where everyone is in the same room at the same time will have CART, will have ALGs, and there will be looped, and there will be sign language interpreters in case you need that. So I always like to say that going to a convention is like a hearing vacation. You are not going to have to worry about communication. You don't need to turn the ALGs back in at the end of each day. You just keep it. They're going to check it out to you, but you will need to return it on Sunday. So otherwise you're going to need to get your ID back on Sunday. So after the awards breakfast, you'll be returning your ALG before you leave the hotel. Okay, so those are the main hours and times to be concerned about. I mentioned about banquet seating. When you purchased your registration to this convention, most likely you bought a ticket to the banquet, which takes place on Saturday evening. That's our big send-off to the convention, and it's a wonderful experience, and I hope that you all are taking part in that. Just because you bought a ticket to the banquet does not mean that you have your seat reserved in the banquet. So how we get around this is that you will need to find the banquet sign-up table, which is also in the foyer along with these other tables. And a volunteer at HLAA, whose name is Hollis Goodman, will be at that table. And you'll give her the ticket that they give you at the registration desk, and she will assign your seat. Now, if you're going all by yourself and you don't know anyone, you can request to be put at a table that already has 8 or 9 people and they just want to join in and be a single at that table and meet new people. Some of the large groups, like from California and North Carolina and Florida, they have big groups that are going and they've signed up for tables where they can all sit together. Some people don't do it that way. They just, when they get there, they just go to Hollis Goodman and get a seat assigned to them. I'm going to be showing you a slide in a few minutes with what the times of those tables, what time that table will be open. Okay, and if you have any questions about that, we're going to get to that. Okay, so I'm now on page 7, and this is just a picture of Anna Gilmore Hall, who is the Executive Director of the Hearing Loss Association of America. And she's our leader, and she's going to be very visible at the conference, and I really hope that if you see her, that you'll go up to her and tell her that you're a newcomer. And it's going to be very important to her that you do that because this is her first convention as well. She is our brand new Executive Director. She came on board just at the very close of last year's convention, and so she knows what it's like to be at her first convention, and I really think that she'll share an affinity with you, and she would love to meet you, so please take advantage of that. Okay, so now I'm moving to page 8. Page 8, 9, and 10 are the schedule at a glance. This is everything that's taking place at the convention Wednesday through Sunday. Everything, every meeting, the exhibit hall, the workshops, the demonstrations, all the social events, everything. So once you go through the convention booklet and you find workshops and demonstration rooms that you think are going to be interesting to you, you need to go back to your schedule at a glance and look at it and say, okay, so for instance, there's a demonstration at 12:45 to 1:30. Is that going on at the same time as anything else that I want to see? So, no, it's not. But at 1:30 to 2:45, that's when the educational workshops start in the afternoon. And you'll notice that there's also a demonstration by Cochlear Americas that's taking place at 1:45. So those two things are in conflict with each other. So this is where you need to go through the program guide and decide, is that demonstration by Cochlear Americas really, really important to me, and do I really want to go to that? Or is one of the workshops that I found that I really like more important to me? So unfortunately, we have to make some choices, and we can't go to everything. Now, I wanted you to know that all the descriptions of all these workshops are in the back of the program guide. So the program, which I'm showing you right here on page 8, 9, and 10, is the schedule at a glance of everything that's taking place. So this consists of special meetings, demonstrations, the exhibit hall, educational workshops, and social events. I'm going to go into that a little bit further. The next thing I'm going to show you, though, is on page 11. This is the mobile convention app. For those of you who use your smartphones for everything and are very comfortable with them, I want you to know that the program guide is available as an app on your smartphone. I have it on my smartphone, but I still like the convention guide better because I like to have the booklet and I like to be able to write in it. But everything that's in the program guide can be obtained and accessed through this app. So there's instructions for how to get at this app, and as you can see, if you can see the program guide right now, it's available at eventmobi.com/HLAA 2014. So you'll go there and you'll be able to download the app onto your smartphone, and then you can start using it. You can start selecting the workshops and the demonstrations that you want to go to. So basically what you're doing is building your schedule on your smartphone. If you have any problems with that, Nancy Macklin can help you, and she'll walk you through that. Okay, so I'm on page 12 right now. And what this is, page 12, 13, and 14 is a schedule of all the workshops that are taking place throughout the convention. All of these are on that schedule at a glance that I mentioned at the beginning. You'll see that there's 5 tracks. The light blue track is advocacy and employment. The yellow track is assistive and other technology. The third track, which is pink, is hearing aids and cochlear implants. The orange column is relationships and communication. And then the green are state and chapter development workshops. So this will give you an idea that all the workshops that are under advocacy and employment are going to be about that, about advocacy, how to maintain your job, how to communicate and survive the workplace, that type of thing. All the yellow workshops under assistive technology are going to be about hearing aids, cochlear implants, assistive devices, phones. So you kind of get my drift. There's tracks that you can choose. Now that doesn't mean that you have to choose just one track and then go to only those workshops. You can mix and match. Just wanted you to know that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go to page 15 of the program guide, and this is the demo room schedule. So this will give you an idea of all the demonstrations that are going to be taking place. They're going to be in one room, the San Marcos room. And all of the demo room presentations will be carded, as well as the infrared system. So there's a description of all of these demonstrations in the back of the program guide so that you can read more about them. And I have found that some of the demonstrations are really helpful, especially if you are in the market for finding out more about cochlear implants, if you want to know more about caption telephones, if you want to know more about hearing aids, or even obtaining a hearing dog. These demonstrations will give you really good hands-on advice and demonstration of the product. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go to page 17 of the program guide. And on the second half of the page, I just wanted to point out that there's a hearing aid and cochlear implant user study going on during the conference. So if you qualify to participate in this study, you can contact this person, who's paula.tucker@gallaudet.edu, and there's a phone number there too if you wanted to call ahead and reserve your spot. And they're paying $20 for your participation in that study. Okay, so now I'm going to go to page 18 of the program guide, which has other meetings of interest. Now on Thursday morning from 8:30 to 11:30 is the HLAA Board of Trustees annual meeting. You might be interested in finding out what the board does, what kind of business they conduct. It's usually very well attended. It's a little early, I understand. You can come in at any time, so it's not like you have to be there at the very beginning. You can come in at any time. There's also a few other things going on that page. There's going to be chair yoga a couple of days, actually Thursday morning from 11 to 11:45, and Friday and Saturday. There's also 2 chair yoga sessions scheduled. So I thought that sounded kind of interesting. I'm going to take part in that myself. On Thursday, you'll see at 12:15 to 1:15 is the Newcomers orientation, and that's what I'm doing right now. We're going to be doing it for everyone that's a newcomer, again, at the convention. So if you've missed anything, please come to the actual session that I'm doing. from 12:15 to 1:15. And even if you think that you've learned everything you need to know, it would be really great for you to come anyway to the newcomers orientation, because you're going to get to see all of the other newcomers. You're going to meet people from all over the country, and you might be surprised you'll meet someone from your own state or maybe even your own city that you didn't even know was going. And it's a way to build camaraderie, and it's fun, and it's interactive, and we all get to meet each other, and so I highly recommend that you do that. Now, if you're from Texas, on Friday there's a Texas State meeting at 7 a.m. I can't believe they're getting up that early, but they are. And at 12:15 to 1:15 on Friday, there's a Florida State meeting. So if you're coming from Florida, please join us at that one. And also there's a California State meeting. On Saturday morning, there's a New York State breakfast meeting. So that might interest you. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is move on to page 20. Now here again in the upper left-hand corner of page 20 is the banquet seating. This is what I was telling you before, where you need to go see Hollis Goodman and get your seat reserved for the Saturday evening banquet. And she is at that table on Thursday from 1 to 4, Friday from 9:30 to 11:30, and Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30. So the ticket that she gives you will have your actual table number on that ticket, so that Saturday when you show up for the banquet, you'll get in and you'll have your seat. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna point out is on Friday there will be a book signing. Usually at every convention there's a published author on a topic of hearing loss that actually is there at a table in the foyer area, and she'll sign the book and she'll chat with you about the book. And actually we in Sarasota have started a book club where we get together and discuss books that we buy at the convention, and it's really been a lot of fun. There's a bulletin board available in the foyer just outside the exhibit hall. So if you want to maybe leave a message for someone you're trying to reach, or you're trying to arrange a get-together with a bunch of people from your state, you can leave handwritten notes on that bulletin board. If you maybe have an extra ticket to one of the events that you need to sell, you can put that up there. If you've lost something, you can put that up there. Or if you're having a party and you want people to know about it, you can put up information like that. Okay, and so let's see what else is on here. Over on the right-hand corner of page 20, in the middle, there is an article there about a photo booth. Hamilton Captel is sponsoring a photo booth, and it's kind of a nice memento of your first convention. Last year, my friend and I had a picture taken, and I really treasure that picture. And you just need to go to the Hamilton Captel booth, 401/500. That's where they're located in the exhibit hall, to obtain a voucher. And you'll also get to be in a drawing for an iPad mini. And then you can go and have your picture taken, and it's a nice keepsake. Okay, so this is just a little teaser page here, just to let you know next year we're going to St. Louis for our convention. So we'll be talking more about that at the banquet on Saturday night, and whetting your appetite for this fabulous place that we're going to go to in 2015. Okay, now I'm going to move into the exhibit hall. First I want to say thank you. All these people that are listed on page 22 are people that are providing services, very important services at this convention. We have volunteers, we have cart providers. Deanna Baker, who's doing the cart tonight, is the leader of that effort, and she's just fabulous, and she has a whole core of people that are helping her with carts. We have all these volunteers that give of their time and talent to help us with the convention. We have cart in all of the rooms, the demo rooms and the workshops. We have the ALD technicians. We have the loopers. It's just a real great effort, and it's well worth it. And on page 24, are all of our sponsors. And believe me, if we didn't have these sponsors, we couldn't put on a wonderful convention like this. These sponsors are just fabulous, and a lot of the events that we go to, they have paid for what's provided at those events. Okay, this is a map on page 26 of the exhibit hall. All of the exhibitors are listed on page 27. And the exhibitors that are listed in red are also sponsors besides being exhibitors. The exhibit hall is a wonderful way to find out about hearing aids, cochlear implants, service dogs, services that are available, looping technology, all kinds of things. And so just take your time and walk through the exhibit hall. You're not going to be pestered to buy anything. It's not like they're there to sell anything. Some of the vendors do sell assistive devices, but for the most part, most of the exhibitors are not actually selling anything. Especially the hearing aid companies and the cochlear implant companies, they're not there to sell anything. They're there to educate you. And I know when I was searching for hearing aids many times during conventions that I went to, I would go to the exhibit hall, and that would be doing my homework. I would find out all the features that I needed, and then I would go back home to my audiologist and say, I need this, this, and that, and my audiologist would just be amazed at how I knew to ask for all these things. So it's a great way to educate yourself. And again, when I was in the market for cochlear implants, the same thing. I did all my homework at the exhibit hall. So then what follows these pages are a list of all the exhibitors so that you can read about them ahead of time and see what they're offering, what they're going to be talking about, and maybe you might have some questions that you can prepare for them in advance. So now what I'm going to do is go to page 38 because I'm going to start talking. I want to mention on page 38, there's a special workshop on Thursday from 9 to 11. It's called The Wireless Industry, Finding the Cell Phones or Mobile Devices That Meet Your Needs. I think this sounds like a very intriguing workshop, and I think it's going to be really advantageous, especially if you're in the market for, excuse me, looking for cell phones. Excuse me. Okay. I guess I was talking too much. Now I want to talk about the opening session, which is Thursday from 5 to 6:30. I would encourage all of you to attend the opening session. And this is where you get to meet Anna Gilmore Hall and the board. And we have our keynote address by Richard Einhorn. That's from 5 to 6:30. And then from 8:30 to 10:30 is the Get Acquainted party. Please, by all means, try to come to the Get Acquainted party because it's really a lot of fun. There's a cash bar, there's light appetizers. So you might want to have dinner before you go to the Get Acquainted party. We have another very exciting event on Friday night, which is on page 48 of the program guide. And that's the Texas Swing at the historic Schultz Beer Garden. And the buses are going to leave from the Renaissance Austin at 5:30. They're going to have a dinner and beer and dance lessons. So if you did not buy a ticket, you might be able to buy a ticket. You'll have to check at the HLAA desk, or Nancy can advise us on that. Also, there might be some tickets available that you can buy. Just look at the bulletin board if you're looking for some spare tickets that people have. So the next main thing that's fun is on page 55 of the program guide. And that is our banquet. that takes place at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. It usually goes till about 10. Excuse me. Our banquet is a full dinner with a cash bar, and we honor our Rocky Stone Humanitarian Award winner of the year. This year is Wayne Rorda, who I believe is in the room tonight. We're also going to have entertainment by Gail Hannon, who is an actress and a comedian from Canada. And I know her personally. She's really funny and just a delightful woman. I think she's going to enjoy the program. And then we have music and we dance. And so the party is technically over around 10, but it usually goes longer. On Sunday morning at 7:30, there's a worship service, which is conducted by Mrs. Ani Stone, who is the widow of our founder, Rocky Stone. And then we have our awards breakfast and ceremony from 8:30 to 10:30. And then, unfortunately, it's done. And so you can turn in your ALDs back to the foyer, to the registration table. And some of you might be deciding to stay longer in Austin and do a little vacationing. I understand that the Austin Visitors Center is going to be having a booklet of all kinds of activities and things to do in Austin. So that will also be at a table by the HLAA exhibit, the registration area. So you can pick that up if you want to find out new things and exciting things to do in Austin. And almost ready to take questions. I just wanted to go to page 62 and show you a picture of my favorite man. Up in the right-hand corner on page 62 is a picture of our founder, Rocky Stone. And he passed away in 2004. I'll never forget it. It was a month after the Omaha Convention. So we all remember that. But anyway, he has just done a wonderful thing by founding this organization and giving us all the opportunity to become this family that we are. So I would like to open it up to questions. I'm sure you have some, and I've been talking too long. That's why my voice is starting to go. I'm sorry about that. So Nancy?
Lori asks if the exhibit hall will be looped. Not the whole hall, because no one is really speaking from a stage in the exhibit hall. However, there are a couple of loop companies that will be exhibiting, and their booths will be looped. There's also other demonstrations taking place in the exhibit hall. For instance, Sprint Captel will be doing a demonstration of their new HD voice phone. So you'll visit each exhibitor, but there won't be any presentations from the exhibit hall. Hope I answered your question. Any other questions for Joan? While I have the mic, I would also call your attention to the workshop on Saturday morning at 10:15, sponsored by Hamilton Captel, which is a veterans panel. And if there's any veterans in attendance, I would highly recommend that you go to that workshop. We are starting to kind of try to strategize about what HLAA will do for veterans. At the very least, we offer membership and convention registration. And we've opened that up now for any veteran who has not attended the convention before, not just those who participated in Iraq and Afghanistan. We hear a lot from veterans of Vietnam and other conflicts, and in fact, one veteran that's coming to the convention is from World War II. He just found out about HLAA. So if you know any veterans that are in attendance, please encourage them to come to that workshop. Okay, the question from Midge, are any meals included in our registration, or where would we get a bite to eat for lunch? And Joan, if you don't mind, I'll take this question also.
Okay.
If you registered for the full activity package, your banquet is included in your registration. There's also food at the Get Acquainted party, at the awards breakfast, and then during the day in the exhibit hall we will have concessions also where you can go purchase a salad or a sandwich, something simple, so that you can stay out of the heat and in the exhibit hall if you'd like. Okay, next question for you, Joan, is where will there be a message board and where will it be located?
Right, yeah, that was the message board that I was talking about earlier. It's a big bulletin board and it's in the foyer where the registration area is located. And it's very noticeable and you can leave all kinds of messages there. And also I noticed there was a question before the one that Nancy just answered about whether you need to sign up for the workshops or just show up. You do not need to pre-register for any of the workshops. You just choose which ones you want to go to and you just show up.
Thank you for noticing that. I just did myself. Remember too that any workshops that you want to attend, once you look in the program book and determine which ones, you can schedule or make your own schedule in the mobile convention app. And all you have to do is go to that session and there's just a little thing that you tap that says add to your schedule. You can also add exhibitors to your schedule that you want to make sure that you go visit before you leave the hall. So there's a lot of things that you can do in the app as well. But as Joan said, the program book will really become your Bible because you can mark it up and really use it next week to get around.
So someone was asking, actually I think Judy Martin was wanting to let us know about the availability of some shared rooms that have just become available. Do you want to speak to that, Nancy?
We do have the capability of message boards, if anybody's familiar with that, in the online community section of our website. And Judy moderates the message board where people can leave messages if they're looking for a roommate to help reduce their expense, their hotel expense. Due to illness, 2 attendees had to cancel, 1 female, 1 male, so that those people are now looking for roommates. If you are interested, please email me at nmacklin, M-A-C-K-L-I-N, @hearingloss.org. And I'll forward your email to Judy Martin, and she'll see if she can work that out for you. Carol asked if there are other places to eat if she would like to get out in the heat. There's several places within walking distance of the hotel, and also as Joan mentioned, the Austin Convention and Visitors Bureau will be on site Wednesday and Thursday for a few hours at the information booth, and they'll have information about what things are available on a local map and so forth. But I know from my visit there not too long ago, there's several restaurants within walking distance. Cheesecake Factory, Five Guys, that's all I can think of off the top of my head, but there's several.
I think we have a lot of questions that we've missed now. Julie is asking how many people go to the convention. Nancy, do you have the numbers for registrations at this point?
We currently have, I believe the latest number is hovering right around 900 people. We will probably hit closer to 1,100 by the time we're finished in Austin, due to the fact that we have a lot of people that come and register on site, and also a number of people that will come just to visit the exhibit hall. And we do offer a free pass for those people in Austin that would like to come and just see the hall itself.
Okay. And then Joanne was asking, how far away from the city, I think she means the downtown area or where all the action is, from the hotel, because she's thinking about music venues.
The distance that I know from the hotel to the Shoals is 9 miles. The Shoals is not too far. It's within walking distance of the 6th Street Music District. But unlike Portland, we were very spoiled in Portland last year where the public transportation was so easy. Austin is not as easy. But there are buses, cabs, and also on the website there is the option to rent a car too. There's a rental car discount if that works for you as well.
Okay. And then I think Sharon Robotham asked if are tickets needed for those who have reserved banquet seats, and if so, where do we receive the tickets? I think what she's saying is they already have their reserved seat from Hollis, but do we actually need a paper ticket for that?
If you purchased a banquet ticket already with your registration, you will have a banquet ticket in your registration packet that you pick up at our registration desk. If you have not purchased a ticket already, I think we have 3 seats available. So you'd have to get there pretty early, I think, to get those. But once you have reserved your seat, and if you did that ahead of time and Hollis already has you sitting at a table, she has written the table number on the ticket, and that will be in your packet.
Okay. And I see Judy Howish asked, will there be a list available at the convention of everyone who registered and which chapter they are from? Also, what city, state are they from?
No, we don't give out our registration list. However, if people use the mobile convention app, they can create a profile in there, and you can message other attendees that way, but we don't publish our list.
Okay. Okay, and Chelsea asked, is the barbecue casual dress? Yes, it is very casual, and you are welcome to wear boots and a hat if you'd like. And Wayne asked, what is the time frame for the shuttle coming from the airport to the hotel? That I don't know. How about you, Nancy?
Wayne, you do have to register for the shuttle or purchase your ticket for the shuttle in advance in order to get that discount. And what you would do is just go to the Super Shuttle desk upon arrival, and from experience I know that they try to fill up the van before they leave the airport, but it's about then a 20 to 30 minute drive depending on traffic from the airport to the hotel.
Okay. And Tom Martin wants to know if you have any hints on where to see bats. I'm sure some people will wonder why he's asking that question, but I'm sure you can fill us in on the bats of Austin, Nancy.
Well, I have learned more about bats in planning this convention than I ever thought was possible. But down along Lady Bird Johnson Lake, there is the Congress Avenue Bridge, and between May and October, 1.5 to 3 million free-tailed bats come from Mexico and nest under the bridge. And at dusk, when you stand on the bridge, 1.5 to 3 million bats fly out, and looks like a black cloud of bats that fly down the river and gobble up mosquitoes and then come back and go back under the bridge. It's quite a tourist attraction in Austin. You can go out on boats to see the bats. If anybody is curious, you can go on YouTube and type in Austin bats, and you'll come up with a whole list of videos. For me, the video on YouTube is satisfying. I don't really need to see them in person. But my son Joseph wants to go see them, so I have a feeling that might be in my future.
Okay, I think we're going to go see them too. Julie asked how many people can sit at a table. I'm assuming she means the banquet, and I believe it's 10, isn't it, Nancy? Okay.
That's correct.
Debbie suggests that everyone bring tons of business cards. That's a great idea. And Wayne, oh, okay, so Wayne was thinking of travel time. Oh, I think he means how long does it take the shuttle to get from the airport to the hotel?
Right, and that's about 20 to 30 minutes depending on traffic. I wish I could make it faster.
Well, that's all the questions I see in the chat, unless I missed any. Does anyone have any last-minute questions they'd like to ask?
I would just add that we are all really excited about all the newcomers, the first-timers that we have coming to the convention. And I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. You have so much information that you want to learn, and there's so much to do there. But we are a friendly bunch. You will meet so many nice people, you won't even believe it. And you'll make so many friends. As Joan said, you're going to meet your new family. There's plenty of volunteers, and they'll have a State of Texas blinky light on their lapel, so track them down if you need any help. If you need assistance going through the exhibit hall because it looks like too much technology, stop by the information booth. We have an exhibitor from Texas that has offered to help people, kind of go through the exhibit hall as a mentor. So there's lots of help available. We don't want anybody feeling left out. It is a really fun experience, and I look forward to meeting you all there. Debbie writes, will this convention be in the news? I certainly hope so. We have invited the media, but as I know from past experience, sometimes reporters wait until the last minute to see if any other gig comes up that they like better, but we have invited them. There are several exhibitors that have invited media as well. By the way, we do have 2 exhibitors from Europe, one from Germany and one from the UK, so we're excited about that. So if you know any media, Debbie, invite them. We're happy to have them.
So in closing, I'd like to thank everyone, too, for your attention and for being here tonight. And I'm just so thrilled that you showed up and were interested in getting a jump on all this information. And as Nancy said, it can be a little overwhelming. I remember when I went to my first convention, I didn't get the program guide until I got there. And I think a day and a half had passed before I figured out what I was supposed to be doing. And so this is really going to be very helpful to you before you get there. And please, if you see me, stop me and say that you were in this webinar and say hello to me. I really want to meet all of you. You're going to find that people at this convention are extremely friendly. In fact, I think maybe hard of hearing people are accused of being too friendly at these conventions. But I think you're going to enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Good night.
Thanks again, Joan. Thanks, Deanna, for your cart. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Great job, Joan.
Thank you, Nancy. It was fun.
Well, good. Maybe you'll do some more.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Or convince some of your co-chapter members to do a webinar.
Well, sure. Now that you do something like this the first time, then it's not scary anymore.
That's right. As long as the technology goes well, right?
Right. Well, I guess the only thing that was too bad is that a lot of people didn't get to see the program guide as we were going through it.
I think.
Did it work earlier?
Yeah, it did seem to work earlier, and I'm not sure why that happened. I don't know.
I wonder if it was when you put the initial screen up about how to get the captions.
Maybe that messed it up. I don't know. But I thought it was really good, Joan. You did a really great job. I think people got a lot of really good information out of it, and they can now go to the website and get the program.
Right. Yep. That's great.
So,
okay.
All right.
Well, I guess we're done for tonight. I will see you next Tuesday. I'll be getting there Tuesday.
Okay, great. Great. I'll see you next week. Thanks again, Joan. Thanks again, Deanna.
Bye, Deanna.
Okay. Yep. See you next week.
All right. Bye.
Okay.